because if I can drop the accent here, as hard as that is when I play this game, and have a real talk, because Lord knows we have a fucking journey to fill, and nothing else is going to happen on it, this game has been a disappointment.
Yes, it has.
Yep.
I love the game. I want to clarify that right now. I fucking love the game. I don't regret purchasing it at all, but it has been a disappointment.
Yeah. It's buggy, i.e. me not even having a second weapon,
But
so
that's
I'm at
so
a
far been
severe
exclusive to you.
disadvantage. In this group, it's been exclusive to me. I'm sure other people have had it.
I've not heard complaints about it.
Say,
Galley on the left.
Okay.
it's buggy. The servers were pretty shite, even after all their stress tests. And as fun as the game is, there's not much game.
As far as the servers go, I'm pretty sure that's a result of so many people using Game Pass to play it. I don't think they
Yeah,
could
they
have
wouldn't
predicted
surprise
that.
me.
They said they had 5 times as many people as their beta. Like their open one.
That ship seems to just be docked out there, which is weird. As far as the lack of content, 100%, there is no defending that. There is very little to do in here. And I know it's supposed to be that the players make up a large amount of the content, but A, there has to be players for that, and it's having trouble retaining them already. And B, a big part of that should be that the players are supposed to be unpredictable, and they're kind of not unpredictable in this game. They're very predictable.
You see them, they're going to shoot at you because people are assholes.
Unless it's a solo sloop, in which case they're going to try and ignore you. Usually.
It's a solo sloop, they're probably going to try to run away.
I wouldn't say there's much unpredictability to that. I'd say it's the
Guys,
opposite
that galleon's
of
coming this
unpredictable.
way.
Oh, no shit.
It also sucks.
Funnily enough, it's a galleon. That means it sees us, it's going to attack. Because it's predictable.
Talking about unpredictability. The other issue is when you get killed and your treasure taken away, normally it'd be like, oh darn, it's a pirate game. But no, it takes freaking hours upon hours upon hours to get a singular item. And quite frankly, the customization is the only thing you have to buy. So when that grind is not only slow as a freaking snail, but then there's a wall in front of the snail. Fuck you.
I'm not going to say it's that slow. I am going to say, though, that... I know the idea is, like, hoard a bunch of gold and then do combat. I don't hoard jack shit. I finish one mission and bring everything back because...
Rocks.
I know, but there's also a fucking island in front of us.
Who in their right mind would hoard a bunch and then go turn it in?
There's achievements and shit for it.
Well, they can bite
Also,
me
it takes
because of...
it takes way less time to do that because you're not going back to the outpost constantly. The efficient way to play, though, is the shittiest way to play because other players will absolutely ruin it for you.
Yeah. I was gonna say, they might want you to get a bunch of crap and then take it back. It just doesn't work, though. That's not how to do this.
Despite, again, what everyone loves to champion about, I have yet to have a single positive interaction with another player. Outside of the one dude who just came on my ship and fired himself out of a cannon.
There was the one solo sloop that we scraped across and he said sorry. Because, again, it's a solo sloop. They're not looking for a fight. How predictable.
Say, pretty much anyone I've seen in a galleon is looking for a fight. I wouldn't have a problem with that necessarily if there was some way to indicate that we're not looking for a fight, because we're not big on PvP. And there's going to be some people who say, well, then why'd you buy this game? It's for PvP. It's like, no, Rare never said, like, oh, this is exclusively a PvP game. This was a pirate game, play how you want thing. Yeah, I'm not going to argue with the people saying this game doesn't have enough content. It really doesn't. It has 3 fucking factions who give you pretty much all the same quest. And I'm also not going to argue with anyone who says this game isn't worth $60, because it probably isn't. I've had a lot of fun with it, so I don't mind the price tag, but... Generally speaking, it's way too content light for the vast majority of people for that price to be justifiable.
Yeah, I do kind of regret buying it full price, because it's not worth it right now.
I'm also under the idea, though, that it will absolutely be well worth it down the line. Which I normally don't take as an excuse, but...
I'm hoping and skeptical of it, because if it's been...
Skepticism can only come from the fact that Microsoft may decide it's not worth it and pull Rare off the project, but if Rare is actually allowed to continue, I think it'll be fine. But
That's
I could
basically what it amounts to.
absolutely see Microsoft pulling Rare off the project because it's not getting the critical praise they wanted.
Oh yeah. That's basically my entire fear is, oh wow, you had all this hype and you dropped the ball, so get out.
And so here we go with a section that instead of mostly rambling with friends, it's just me mostly rambling alone about problems and different gameplay in the background. That's really about it. So, we recorded this several days ago, and like I said in the text I threw up at the beginning, it started out as just a normal Let's Play, and the mood just soured as we kind of lamented the problems of the game, and then experienced some of those problems. And I know in the video we primarily seem to be griping on the PvP aspects, and that's because there was a galleon chasing us most of the time, so it was just forefront of our minds that we were going to have to deal with those issues first. But the PvP is not the only issue in the game. There is an issue with it, I think, and there's definitely... I've experienced plenty of issues with the community itself. I don't know what the fuck changed between the insider alphas and the full release, but I have had a lot of negative experiences in the full release when dealing with people. I never had that in the alpha. I like the game still. I want to make that clear right now. I still love the game. I'm still very excited to see where it goes if Rare is allowed to continue working on it. I think it could be something amazing in the future. But that's the future. This is the present, and at present, the game is incredibly lacking. There's just the 3 factions, like we said earlier. They have very little content to them. It's just the same repetitive quests over and over and over again to get gold, to buy cosmetic upgrades, and that's it. It's just make yourself look better and then do the same shit you were doing to make yourself look better. There's not much game there. My dog will not stop barking. I don't think I can really end this in any other way than just restating what I said at the very beginning. Sea of Thieves is a disappointment. It's content shallow. It's got very little to do. And the social aspects that they were touting aren't all that great, at least not in my experience. And honestly, in this current condition, I cannot really recommend anyone buy it. For as much as I've been enjoying it, it's not enough. And I know this was mostly, like I said, just me rambling and honestly just repeating myself a whole lot, but there's really that little to say about the game in its current state. I could go on about how much I love the sailing, how much I love the water effects, and all that stuff, but I'm sure anyone who's looking at these videos has heard that 1,000 times over by now. And as far as the negatives go, there's... I mean, when I look at the list there that I basically laid out, it's very few negatives, but that's also pretty much the entirety of the game is those few things. Which, again, just speaks to the problem. And it's again, just me repeating myself. I probably wouldn't care so much if I didn't genuinely love the game and want to see it succeed, want to see it become so much more than what it is. I don't know, maybe I'll post a video in the future with ideas on what they could do. Maybe I'll get my friends together and we'll just talk about it, because that's usually where my ideas seem to flow most easily, is when I'm just talking with my friends. I don't know, we'll see. Ruby! I wasn't actually calling for you to come upstairs and see me, dog. Oh, it's over, by the way. You can go now. Not you, Ruby. You stay.